more visuals from moments after airstrikes hit Venezuela's capital city of Caracas show citizens reacting in shock and surprise as explosions rain down in Venezuela. Let's take a look.
¡Nos están invadiendo! Están bombardeando la base, mamahuevo. ¡Jesús, vámonos!
All right, I also have Surinder Singh Lali, Mr. Surinder Singh Lali. He's an international affairs expert. He is also joining me. Now, Mr. Lali, because you've just joined us, we've been discussing this complete, very shocking thing that the US has done on Venezuela for the past 4 hours now. What would you like to say? I'd like your opening comments.
Thank you, Vaishali. Vaishali, my unscientific study tells me that since the Second World War, United States of America has intervened directly and both indirectly in 69 countries. I'm not going to read the 69 countries, but China, 1945-46 to Afghanistan, 2020. So this is part of the American statecraft, or a better word is American foreign policy. The United States has been building the pressure, the psychological pressure on attacking their boats and their, indulging virtually in a war crime where Pete Hegseth does not want to release the video because he could be accused of, American, forces could be accused of indulging in a war crime. But Vaishali, I see this a lot more than just America going out and trying to clean the mess and accusing Maduro of drugs in the United States. I'm not too sure because most of the cocaine comes from Colombia, and as America has rightly said so many times, that the fentanyl comes from China. So this, to me, is way beyond just going to try and clean up Maduro. It's, I think, to disrupt the Chinese oil supplies because, Venezuela being the most richest country in the world in oil supplies, and 80% of it goes to China. So this is an act by Donald J. Trump, be it be Greenland or this, to cut down of Chinese hegemony, especially in this case in the Caribbean. Vaishali, I used to be a student in my first year in America, and this to me is Manuel Noriega 2.0. The US did exactly something on these lines. It removed from power the Panama's head of the state in 1989. And as things would have it, even Manuel Noriega was arrested on the 3rd of January, and today again being the 3rd of January. After which he first took refuge in the Vatican City in the United States, brought him on American soil, and I think he's serving a 45-year-old sentence. And this is what I also see happening with, this gentleman. He also would be probably brought in to America, is already on American soil, and will be tried in one of the courts in New York City. And while they do that, again, America is going to plant, which they have been working on, which is Maria Corina Machado, the lady who just got, the Nobel Prize, and Trump has been cozying up with her. And she kind of, dedicated that prize to Donald Trump. And she also just appeared in Norway to get her prize. So I think this is far more than just what it seems to be. This is part of American foreign policy because they find it much easier to deal with dictators than with democratic governments, and Pakistan being the best case in point, where a field marshal gets a lunch, which is violation of every possible protocol. And as Ambassador Gore rightly said, neither this is a violation of the United Nations Charter. Only 30% of the Americans were in favor of this attack. This does not have the American internal congressional approval too. So this to me is an act not only to control the oil, but also to cut down on the Chinese hegemonic power proxy war in the Caribbean.